What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Dev Talks. My name is Flyvox, and I'm here with Joy Build Cities to do a reaction and a breakdown of the Dev Diary Public and Cargo Transportation. This will be episode 5 in the series, and I am super excited about this one. Joy, how are you feeling about the Public and Cargo Transportation Dev Diary?
Public transit, yes, please. Yes, please. Yes.
Yes. So without further ado, let's react to this Dev Diary, Public and Cargo Transportation. Let's go.
Transport networks set the rhythm of life in your city. As they move people and cargo, they can create harmony and discord. This finely tuned orchestra of ships,
funnel.
vehicles, planes, and trains
Look at that ship.
is yours to conduct. To create a thriving metropolis, maintain a steady beat to keep your city in motion. You build a city from scratch in Cities Skylines 2. No public transport, no tracks, no runways.
Oh.
Creating these and other transportation networks is a crucial first step. After that, improving and integrating them paves the way for expansion. When you establish your city, citizens can take the bus or a taxi to get where they're going. These are the first transport options you'll unlock.
Love
They're
that.
Bus
reliable,
and taxi.
cheap, and easy to route here, there,
Nice.
and everywhere. Traffic conditions are their Achilles heel.
Wait, so there were
Look at
three.
this
In a new
precision.
metropolis,
Wow.
but it
Wait a
is for a
minute.
growing city. That's when
Oh
you'll
my gosh,
level
I'm
up
so
your
excited.
Oh, this is
transport.
beautiful.
Think trains, trams, and subways. Each
The
one
reflection,
has pros and cons. They're all expensive to build and complicated, requiring depots, tracks, and stops where passengers can buy tickets and get on and off.
Look
That
at
means they
those
can't offer the
trains.
far-reaching service of a bus line or the door-to-door service of a taxi. On the other hand, they're more efficient, not least because they carry more people and cargo
Looks so
and reduce
good.
road congestion.
Oh, wow.
Let's start with subways. They're fast,
Look
high
at
capacity,
that.
Underground
and they take up very
subways.
little room when they're
Stop
underground.
it.
If they operate above
So
ground, you can run
beautiful.
them on elevated tracks so they don't get tangled up with road traffic. Trams. They're more flexible than trains, so you can more easily add lines to service new and expanded neighborhoods. Build tram tracks on existing roads, or run them on dedicated tracks if that's the best way to keep the hustle and bustle dialed up. Trains
Love
carry loads
that.
of people
Dang.
too, and not just suburbanites. They can bring visitors from outside your city in large numbers. Trains play another critical role as cargo transport. Build a cargo train terminal, and you build a hub where businesses can
Wow.
receive, ship,
Look at
and
this.
store incoming and outgoing goods.
My cargo
Water
places are gonna look
transportation is
awesome
another
now.
option
Yes.
for passenger travel and moving cargo. It's another high-capacity network, though water transport's real potential lies
What?
in imports
Oh my
and
Did you
God.
see that ferry?
You see,
Did you see
cargo
that
ships might
ferry?
be slower than trains, but
looks so
these
epic.
bad boys can carry 1,000 tons of stuff. to
Wow.
1,000 tons of stuff.
Yes, that's right. You can trade with other cities. So you'll need
Wait.
somewhere to house all the goods and resources coming and going. Easy. Like cargo train terminals, cargo harbors double as
Wow.
cargo storage facilities.
Wow.
Oh my
Like all
God.
of the other networks, air transportation has drawbacks. Planes carry fewer passengers and less cargo than ships and trains. Airports are also astronomically expensive and have the footprint of a small
So
town.
beautiful. Oh
However,
my gosh.
air transport
Okay,
has a
don't
pretty
cry,
irresistible
don't cry.
advantage: speed. Plus, planes won't add to road congestion. They don't follow a rigid track, and they make outside connections incredibly
Look at
easy.
the city.
That looks so
Transport
good.
lives in
It's
your
like I
city.
can't get over the
So
fact of the
beautiful.
looks of this
And
Oh
game.
my god.
Use the transportation overview to review passenger and cargo transportation networks separately. Filter again by
Wow.
transport
Wow, you
type
get the
to see
cargo-
high-level details about individual lines and toggle them on or off.
Wow.
Use the transportation info view to understand the impact of your networks. Plan and manage transportation networks carefully to find the right tempo for the movement of people and cargo. Conduct it
Wow.
perfectly, and every citizen, trader, and tourist will march your city toward greatness.
Oh, look at this building right there. What is this? This. Whoa.
That's a hospital.
Oh my
That's a
God.
hospital. Do you see the little?
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That was, yeah, that was epic.
Okay. All right, pause. We gotta go deeper. Oh my gosh.
We have
I'm so
to. We
excited.
have to dive deep into this one. All right, now that we've actually had the chance to read the PDF file, let's see what we can dig up in this video.
I love that we're gonna get. I mean, that tunnel is so beautiful. We're gonna get all the cut and fill options for
Oh my
all
God,
of the
yes.
modes of transport, which is gonna be great. Okay, so they talked about this in the PDF. We're only gonna get buses and taxis with the milestones.
Yeah,
All other forms of transit we're going to need to unlock with development points. And the thing it was saying in the PDF that we just read is that you have to earn these points in your city, but you can pick which mode of transportation you want to go to first after buses and taxis with the points. So it's very interesting, and it seems like we're really going to have to earn our public transit, which again, adding layers of complexity to the game, adding something else we have to like achieve. I love it. I think it's going to be great.
yeah, I really do agree. I love this like new way of unlocking the public transportation. Like only bus and taxi with the milestones, and the rest is like you got to work for this, right? You got to work for. If you want an airport, you can get it like very early on in the game, apparently, if you have enough of these development points, which is going to be really interesting to see.
Like, how do they work? We don't know yet.
Yeah, how do they work? I'm excited to hear more about that. 100%.
Okay, so now we gotta pause this.
Let's pause it, yeah, because
Okay.
here you can actually see it says right here, drag route to insert a new waypoint, and I found it very interesting what it also said in the PDF about these waypoints. So apparently, with this new line tool, you can actually draw out your lines, and you can tell your bus, for instance, which route to take. So we're in Cities Skylines, we would just like place a bus stop, and then a couple of blocks further we would place another bus stop, and the game would automatically route the buses on the best way. Now it seems like the player has an even more options, or an even better control, a better precision control of where the bus actually drives, where the route will be created with these waypoints that you can set. Like you can avoid busy intersections, and you can have the bus take a side street, for instance, which I think is really, really cool, without placing a bus stop. Like you can just place a waypoint, and you're going to tell the bus, you know, you don't go through this busy intersection. You can take like the long way around, and then you stop, which I think is so amazing.
And I think it's another thing that we can tell that Cities Skylines, that the developers of the game have listened to the community, because how many times have all of us added an additional bus stop that we didn't need just so the bus went where we wanted it to go?
Yes,
So
yes.
I love that. I also saw in the PDF that we're going to be able to select. We can put down a bus with like a cover, like a bus place where you can sit and wait for the bus, or a sign. We're going to have the option.
Right.
Both, which I think is really nice if you're building a small area or a biz area. So just a little detail like that, I really appreciate.
Yes,
Very
me
cool.
too. It's going to be super cool selecting if you want to like one of these shelters. Like I think they're called bus shelters, or
Bus
just like a
shelters,
bus
thank
stop. Like this is like oh my god.
So we're talking about the trams here. So the other thing that was in the PDF that stood out to me is the fact that now we no longer have to draw the little tram turnarounds. They go backwards and forwards. So, and same with Metro and same with rail. So that is going to be a game changer, because no longer do you have to worry about, oh, where am I going to put the turnaround for the tram? It can just stop and go back the other way, which I think is just going to be, for all of us trams enthusiasts, which there's a bunch of, like, that's like such a cool little thing we're going to be able to do now in the game. It's very exciting.
Yeah, so true. I'm also looking forward to that. Finally, not having to draw a little tram track loop at the end of your line just so I can drive back. You can just go backwards now. That's super cool. Interesting is also, I think, that every form of public transportation needs its own depot now. I think that's it, but it's also kind of cool, I think, right?
It makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. 100%.
Yeah, no, it's going to be great. So I think what they were saying in the document is that you have to have the depot, and then you set up your stops, your stations, and then you have your tracks and your lines. It kind of works in an order now, in the way we set it up, and we use the line tool to set up our lines now, and with the waypoints and all. I mean, it's just, it sounds like it's gonna be, we're gonna have, like you said, way more control over everything, which we've all been wanting. So I think that's fantastic.
100%. And can we appreciate this, please?
Oh my gosh.
The subway stop. Like, look at this. This is amazing.
Cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. I want it right now.
I love how it's also like fenced in. That's something I would sometimes do in Cities 1, is just like put a fence around the metro stop. Because it was just like you would place it and it would just like be this open blob, like just it would just like be there, like with this open concrete, just like not really going anywhere, and just like add some trees or fences. But
and
here
I love
it seems
that we have the ticket booths where you would buy your metro ticket.
Right here looks so good. Like the whole design with the front panels here, or the floor tiling here, and then it turns into this like grass on the backside with some bushes here.
So cute.
Really cool. Really cool. Subway. Fast. High capacity. I love that. Expensive though. Very expensive. As the metro.
Yeah.
In Cities 1. But so fast, and that is since it's like a fast form of transportation, the subway, I wonder if, since it factors in the time as one of the cost points for pathfinding, if maybe the adult citizens would prefer that, since it's one of their, like, the adults factor in time more than anything else. And since the adults will probably be the main workforce in our city, that could also be something that you would really need to implement in your city as soon as possible, to have the adults that build the main workforce that will like leave their car at home and, you know, not clog up the roads, but instead use the subway, which would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that's great. And I love these stations that we're just plopping down too. It's very cool.
Overground subway station.
It said in the document that we're going to be able to upgrade these forms of transit to include connection to other forms of transit.
Yeah.
Which seems like really cool. And I don't know if all the buildings will do that or if it's just some, but I think that's because we all like creating transit hubs, right? So I think that's very cool. Also, what is this building here? This building looks beautiful. I don't know what this is.
The one in the back?
Yeah.
That might be the airport, I think, with this wavy roof.
Oh, maybe.
I think these are the entrances. I love the little Finnish flags here, the Finland flags.
That's very cute. Okay. They said that in the document that we're going to get, it's called a line panel. And that's where we'll get all of our information, like the name, and we can change the name, we can change the color. They verified that we can do that for those of us that like doing that. You and I we just talked about the day and night last Thursday, so we noticed that.
Yes.
The other thing I found interesting in the PDF, it said you could pick different variations of vehicles if available. So that was an interesting if.
Right. Interesting if, for sure.
But I love all you see the little dots though? Like that must account for a certain amount of people at a stop. Like the tiny little dots.
Oh, the little ones here.
Loop.
Yeah.
Right. Like
here?
I wonder, is that one person or is that one dot per 5 people or for 10 people? Like I just wonder what those little dots stand for. Or is it a percentage? Like does that little square fill up when you're at 100% of usage? Like I'm just curious to know what those tiny, because those aren't one person, you know, that wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah,
but
fair. Interesting. Look at the train. Like how many, like this is one building. Is this one building? Because like
it is one
look
building.
at the tracks. Look at all the, that's like,
hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4.
And it's like these bypasses as well. So wow.
That's cool.
That's very, very interesting just to see. Oh, this looks so beautiful. Oh yeah, this was also very interesting what it said in the PDF, that if you build the cargo train terminal, that even if you don't have any cargo lines running through, which you need to do yourself, that businesses from your city will use it as a distribution center, basically. Will go there, store goods, and other companies will drive there and pick up the goods, which is like really cool. So you place one of these and it will be like immediately used without like the need to having drawn train lines or cargo train lines.
Very cool functionality. I love that because they really do. I mean, look at this building. It really does look like a distribution
center. Like, oh my God, I love that with the crates here and the containers. Like, wow. Look at the ground level crossing here, by the way. Slow down and wow.
Okay.
Water transportation.
Look at that ferry. We're
gonna get a close up right here. There we go. Look at that.
We gotta pause. I love ferries. I love ferries in Cities 1. I'm so ecstatic that we finally now have proper ferry sizes, capacity, which makes me so happy. This has me so curious because it really looks like this is a ferry size where cars would drive on.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know, because we've never seen that before. But then in the PDF, there's a photo that it does look like at the ferry terminal that there is a waiting area for cars. I live in the Pacific Northwest. I go on ferries all the time. That's exactly where you would like line up your car to wait to drive on the ferry. So I'm just curious. Speculation. I don't know, because they didn't say, but
it kind of looks like it, yeah.
And I just stop it. Stop it. I mean, the detail. And
by the way, there's
right. This is the airport building.
This is because in the background you see the above ground subway station that they placed down earlier in the video. Another interesting fact that was stated in the PDF document: the international airport has the size of a small town, which I'm like, what? Like, how massive is this airport, please?
Yeah, but I mean, scale. It looks like this game is really realistic. Like, they're really trying to get the realistic, and I love that. I mean, it should be that size.
Yeah, I also think they're going for like ultra realism here, and that it shows like already in these Dev Diaries that we're getting the Dev Insights and everything.
I just can't. And like,
look at. Let's pause. Just look how beautiful. Like, oh my God!
So pretty. It is right now. Okay, so this was interesting.
Yeah.
With the planes, and the cargo, and the ships, and the cargo, and the trains, and the planes. So the interesting thing is, just like we're going to have this line tool for our public transportation, they are calling it, they have a seaway tool and a seaway line tool and an airport line tool, because we have to draw, it sounds like we have to draw our own outside connections for cargo and for the the passenger airport as well. So it seems like whether you're talking about cargo or any forms of public transit, we have to draw those lines if we want them to have the outside connection, which is really interesting.
Yeah. Another fact that I found interesting in terms of the airports is that there is apparently going to be like a radius around the airport when you place it, where no tall buildings apparently can spawn, because of the landing and takeoff zone, which I think is, again, the realism factor is like incredible, right? Like, how will this be? Like, is it maybe you can't zone high density buildings there? Maybe it doesn't matter what you zone, like only a certain height of buildings will spawn in that radius. This, like, again, wow, I'm just like blown away by the amount of realism they add into this game. It's like super, super insane in a good way.
Okay, before we move away from this image, I think we might have an answer, because look, there's 2 dots on the line tool, and we can see how many passengers there are. So I think the dots represent a percentage.
So the 175 passengers, is that the capacity of the planes?
I think so. we would see an even number of passengers if those dots were for a number of passengers, but we don't. So that makes me think the dots, like a full box, is 100% capacity. So
Yeah.
I think the dots are a percentage.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm so intrigued by that, but I like it.
It is interesting though. It is. Ooh, transportation overview. I love that we get these, like the tabs of
And we now
transport
have
and cargo.
Cargo as well.
Yeah, this is like,
Which is such great information to have.
yeah.
Okay, let's look at the ship. Wait,
Hang on, I was about to say, I gotta pause at the ship because I think that's the image. That is the harbor from the image in the PDF file.
Yeah. If you go forward a little bit in the video, we get an info view of a ship. And I'm curious to see.
Right here.
Right there.
Ship line.
Not getting any info. Maybe there won't be cars. I feel like.
Oh, right.
I don't know. Interesting. Well, wait and see. Who knows? They might surprise
We'll see.
us.
It might be a thing. Maybe in a future update as well.
How are we going to be able to?
Yeah, this building right here.
Focus and make videos when we're just going to want to look at it for hours.
It's going to be difficult for sure. Oh my god. All right, this was super amazing. I cannot wait to get my hands on this game and to try everything out and to play it. It's like the visuals, the function, the features, the realism.
I'm beyond excited. And I know I keep saying this. This is only week 3. We have 10 more of these.
There's so much more content. Yes.
I'm so excited.
100%. All right, but I hope everyone out there enjoyed this video. Please drop us a comment if we missed anything. Tell us what you like the most about this public and cargo transportation. And if you have any more questions about this, or if you just want to discuss this video with me or Joy, we run a joint Discord called the City of Friends with 3 other amazing builders. The link is in the description below, of course. Please drop by, say hello. Discord is free. It's so much fun to be there. But other than that, thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and please stay safe out there. Bye-bye.